admitting 10,000 Syrian refugees before the end of next month. Officials are saying that number is a floor, not a ceiling, and could go as high as 12,000 before the end of the year. That despite there is considerable talk and rumors that the administration actually wants 100,000 or more refugees that would be directed here by the United Nations. There are concerns about the security screenings, inadequate radical Islamist terrorists, which the United Nations, just about everybody's acknowledging is infiltrating refugees in Europe. And the FBI director, of course, James Comey, saying that the FBI cannot adequately screen these refugees. We'll have more on that tonight. And joining me now, former Congressman and Executive Director for the National Center for Policy Analysis, Lieutenant Colonel Allen West. Allen, great to have you with us.
Good to be with you, Lou.
Let's turn to this refugee issue, and that is an administration that is floating all sorts of numbers, whether the numbers are coming from the Secretary of State, John Kerry, from the President himself, or being leaked back channel from the White House itself. I mean, we're hearing numbers, 100,000 or more, and there is one constant in all of it. There is no adequate vetting of the people the president wants to bring to this country, and to do so without either discussion, debate, or explanation. Your reaction?
Well, first of all, it shows the intransigent ideology and the agenda of Barack Obama and the rest of his administration. All you would have to do is look across the Atlantic and you can see exactly what has happened as a result of Angela Merkel's open borders and allowing these individuals to come into the European Union. And you have had so many instances of ISIS or Islamists that have infiltrated into the countries. But not just that, you have had the increase of rapes and sexual assaults, as you have seen in Cologne and Sweden. And the exact same thing will potentially happen here at a time when you just a few minutes ago talked about the economic situation of the United States of America is really dire when you look at it. This 255,000 number, when you think about the seasonally adjusted jobs numbers, that does not reflect where we are. And as well, you have to also consider, why didn't we establish safe zones over there in Syria or over in Iraq and enable these people to be there in their own homes and start to repatriate them to their countries? As
Donald Trump has recommended and proposed, and others as well. Let's go to the Iranian issue, which Trump is focusing on and really taking on the president over, and that is an obvious, in my judgment, an obvious ransom payment to the Iranians, which they believe to have been ransom. To the point of $400 million in currencies delivered to them by the United States, simultaneously with the release of Iranian American hostages. How can this president possibly stand there and look at the American people and say this isn't ransom? Does he think so little of our intellects? My God.
Yeah, he does. He absolutely does, Lou, because he's gotten away with so much in the past 7.5 years. And it's absolutely offensive that the President of the United States of America, Josh Earnest, and everyone else would have us believe that an unmarked cargo aircraft landing in the middle of the night with pallet loads of $400 million of U.S. dollars that had been converted to euros and Swiss francs had nothing to do with the 4 individuals that were released. And the fact that now Iran has come back and they still have American hostages that they have taken illegally. And nothing has changed with the Iranian behavior since this joint comprehensive plan of action, the Iranian agreement. So we have an administration that continues to show weakness, appeasement, acquiescence, and it again shows the intransigence of Obama when it comes to his quote-unquote foreign policy masterpiece, this nuclear agreement.
And, of course, leading his foreign policy for 4 years, the Democratic Party's presidential nominee, Hillary Clinton. Today, an almost breathtaking moment when she said she short-circuited, talking with our Chris Wallace on Fox News Sunday, short-circuited. And then she went on to, again, repeat the same lies as if nothing had happened in the course of the past 5 days. It's bizarre what is happening, and she is actually raising concerns that this is evidence of precisely what she's been accused of by mostly Republicans, and that is being unhealthy enough not to be fit to be president.
Well, you're absolutely right. And this is why it's so important that Donald Trump stays on message, because then we can truly focus on Hillary Clinton. Lou, when I was in the military, 22 years, I had a top secret SCI level clearance. That's about the highest clearance that you can get.
Sure.
If I had done just a small fraction of what Hillary Clinton had done with the private email server and the mishandling, or as Comey said, the careless handling of classified information, I would have lost that clearance.
Yeah.
I probably would have been, put out of the military, but I could also have been going to jail. Now, she wants to be commander-in-chief. What does that say to the soldiers, sailors, and airmen Marines out there that have to properly handle classified information?
Some of whom have been prosecuted for precisely the same, as the FBI director put it, extreme carelessness.
Yes.
Lieutenant Colonel Allen West, great to talk with you. Good to see you, my friend.
Pleasure. Take care, Lou. Enjoy your weekend.
Yes, sir. You too. Be sure to vote in our poll tonight. The question is, does Speaker Paul Ryan deserve